Past continuous. I was doing. So, study this example situation. Yesterday, Dave and Jim played tennis. They began at 10 and finished at 11 o'clock. What were they doing at 10:30? They were playing tennis at 10:30. They were playing means that they were in the middle of playing tennis. They had started playing, but they hadn't finished. This is the past continuous tense. I, he, she was playing. You, they, we, they, you were playing. We use the past continuous to say that someone was in the middle of doing something at a certain time. The action or situation had already started before this time, but hadn't finished. This time, last year, I was living in Brazil. What were you doing at 10 o'clock last night? The past continuous does not tell us whether an action was finished or not. Perhaps it was finished, perhaps not. Compare. Dan was cooking dinner. Past continuous. He was in the middle of cooking dinner and we don't know whether he finished cooking it. Dan cooked dinner. Simple past. He began and finished it. We often use the past continuous I was doing and the simple past I did together to say that something happened in the middle of something else. Dan burned his hand while he was cooking dinner. I saw Jim in the park. He was sitting on the grass and reading a book. It was raining when I got up. While I was working in the garden, I hurt my back. But to say that one thing happened after another, use the simple past. Last night she was taking a bath when the phone rang. She got out of the bathtub and answered the phone. Compare. When Helen arrived, we were having dinner. Past continuous. We had already started dinner before Helen arrived. When Helen arrived, we had dinner. Simple past. Helen arrived and then we had dinner. Note, there are some verbs, for example, no, that are not normally used in continuous tenses. And yet we'll see the exercises. Here is a list of some things that Anne did yesterday and the times at which she did them. At 8:45 to 9:15 had breakfast. At 9:15 to 10 read the newspaper. At 10 to 11 o'clock cleaned her apartment. At 12:45 to 1:30 had lunch. At 2:30 to 3:30 washed some clothes. At 4 to 6 o'clock watched television. Now write sentences saying what she was doing at these times. So, at 9 o'clock she was having breakfast. She was having breakfast, past continuous. At 9:30 she was reading the newspaper. At 11 she was cleaning her apartment. At 1 she was having lunch. At 3 she was washing some clothes. And at 5 she was watching television. Here we have a group of people were staying in a hotel. One evening the fire alarm went off. Use the words in parentheses to make sentences saying what each person was doing at the time. Example, don't take a bath. Dawn was taking a bath, was thinking, past continuous. Anne was writing a letter in her room. George was getting ready to go out. Carol and Dennis were having dinner. And Tom was making a phone call. Here, make sentences from the words in parentheses, put the verbs into the correct form, simple past I did or past continuous I was doing. Example, I fall asleep when I watch TV. I fell asleep when I was watching TV. I fell, past simple. I was watching TV, past continuous. The phone rang while I take a shower. The phone rang while I was taking a shower. It began to rain while I walked home. It began to rain while I was walking home. We see an accident while we wait for the bus. We saw an accident while we were waiting for the bus. And here put the verb into the correct form, past continuous or simple past. Example, while Tom was cooking dinner, the phone rang. George fell off the ladder while he was painting the ceiling. Last night I was reading in bed when suddenly I heard a scream. Were you watching TV when I called you? Anne was waiting for me when I arrived. I wasn't driving very fast when the accident happened. I broke a plate last night. I was washing the dishes when it slipped out of my hand. Tom took a picture of me while I wasn't looking. We didn't go out because it was raining. What were you doing at this time yesterday? I saw Carol at the party. She was wearing a new dress.